Yeah. Let me see something. Yo, what up, Ken? Ken says, popping. You know I'm popping up. Live from the little at home studio. You know I'm popping up. There's just too much going on. Yeah, some light, man. Some light. I share this space with my cat. I share the space with my cat. I don't know where she's at right now. I don't know where she went right now. Monday morning. Oh, it's afternoon. Good afternoon. Quarterbacking. Basically, like, hey, in hindsight, what have we seen? What did we see? What should we have seen? What should we have thought? Watching from the taxi, traffic is crazy today in the city. I bet. I'm not going into the city till late tonight, and then we got Ryder Cup this week. I'm doing a couple events with the Ryder Cup, Yankees homestand. Um, Yankees last homestand of the 2025 season, man, and it actually feels like there's something on the line here. Let's talk about that first. Why not? Um, it actually feels like the Yankees have a shot at the division. I was just on. I was just on the reason I even fired this live up. I'm like, oh, I'm already set up because I was just on Toronto Sportsnet, their Blue Jays Talk Live show that they do. Um, Given the Yankee perspective on where we are with the division, and I've already told you that I don't think the Yankees are winning the division. I've already told you that they should have handled their business during the season. Doesn't matter what I tell you. Doesn't matter what anyone tells you. All that matters is what the results are, and we don't know the results yet. What's up, Isaac? This is our Colts. This is our team. We bleed blue. We love them. Isaac is a Colts fan. We're going to talk about Daniel Jones at some point in the Colts. But Isaac says he wants the Red Sox to sweep. So yeah, as I was just talking to those people from the north, as I was just rapping with those Canadians, I told them, I said, I've been telling people the math isn't there, right? The Yankees lost this division a long time ago. They lost a tiebreaker. They lost so many stupid games with Devin Williams, 9. They had 2 6-game losing streaks. They had a stretch of just bad baseball. The Boone, June, swoon, and July, you gon' cry. Remember? Remember, it wasn't that long ago. But none of that matters now. That's in the past. That's why we play 162. And that's why this format is the way this format is. You know, like the Detroit Tigers are in peril as well, much more so than the Blue Jays. I can't believe what the Tigers got going on. I will start to pull some stuff from my notes. I'm starting to do these lives on Monday because I realize I come off of the weekend and I don't go on until literally Tuesday. I essentially get Monday off with Monday Night Football. Even with the Yankees not being on, your boy does not get on the radio until midnight, bro. So it's like, why don't I pull up and do something like this? So I am. Let's see. Let me get an image file. Let's go to the desktop and add this image file here. So, I know we're talking about the Blue Jays, but shout out to this random Yankees account. I think this is a girl that runs this Yankees account, faceless account, mad followers, but obviously not doing anything with it. Like, I don't understand why anybody would make an account, have that many people rocking with you, and not want to be like, it me behind this account. You see me? Like, I think they have more followers than me, but I have all these followers under myself. Anyway, the Tigers are actually about to have one of the most insane collapses of all time. Worse than the Mets. They were up 9.5 games on the Guardians 10 days ago. Huh. 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 Yeah, the Yankees still got to take care of business. That's 100% true in our building in front of our fans. Myron, what up? Myron rocking that dead mouse. Bam, bam, bam. Do you trust do you trust high lev dev in the playoffs? Nah, hell nah. Fool me can't fool me again. I've seen him fold too much. I trust Bednar, but I just know Devin Williams. This is all a setup, bros. You feel me? This is all a setup, bros. This is all a setup for October. This is all a setup for the negative Nancy's to be like, yo, they changed the beard policy for this dude and he blew game 3 of the wild card round. Dare I say that? Knock on wood. No, I don't trust Devin Williams. Now what I will say is he's been solid. He's been good. I don't know what to make of his, prowess lately. He's been clean. He goes in there yesterday, strikes out the side. Um, I don't know though. I just think that he's a type. Um, it's too much fail in his blood already in Yankee pinstripes. Also, too much fail in his blood in Milwaukee. If you remember, all he did in Milwaukee was fold. All he did in Milwaukee was give it up. They hate him in Milwaukee. That's why they traded him. That's why they got him up out of there. Myron says my Marlins beat them in that series, the Tigers, and now they won the Rangers series too. Yeah, hold on. Let me check the YouTube chat. The YouTube chat is going. Um, Tom says, "What's up, Keith?" Jay says, "Yo." Right now, I'm not paying for StreamYard because, like, we started doing my live streams on WFAN YouTube, so I stopped those live streams I was doing every night on WFAN. StreamYard is $88 a month. Like that's my gas tank easily. So I'm doing the live stream on YouTube and the live stream on StreamYard, streaming to Twitter on StreamYard, streaming to YouTube on YouTube. So they don't have the comments in both. Eventually I'll have the extra $80 to throw, or they'll do like a Black Friday deal and I'll be like, got them. Shout out to Scott. Says sup key. Tigers lost their ace. They're in bad shape. Yeah. Um, I saw Scooble had that injury, but did he actually like is he missing time? Is that what's going on right now? With football starting, man, I'm not on all of that. Let's see. Tigers changed rotation plan to make Ace Tarek Skubal available twice. So they've been doing that. If you remember with the Yankees, he could have pitched against us in that last game and they dodged that. So the Detroit Tigers have made a significant decision for how they're going to order the rotation this week. Detroit Tigers pitcher Tarek Skubal, and the Tigers are in the midst of a complete and utter collapse, suffering a second straight sweep and now losing 9 of their last 10. To make it worse, the Cleveland Guardians have been as spectacular as Detroit has been horrific. Yeah, them going 9-1 is insane. Um, so he's available. They're just trying to line it up so that they can win these games. But I remember he had the side issue. Remember, Scooble left the game hurt. I guess he's okay. After that whole thing. Where are we at here? Um, Let me pull y'all in closer to configure camera hub. Let's zoom right there and then right here. Yeah, there we go. That's better. I don't know, dude. Like that's what you got to love about baseball. It ain't over till it's over. Oh, I see what happened here. My camera fell. I'm like, why my camera look like this? Oh, now we too close. All right, wait for me to configure this, John. Welcome to my house, where sports are watched and lives are done when the baby is not home. Okay, anyway. Um, we gonna get to the Mets. We gonna get to the Let It Happen Mets in a second. But yeah, the Tigers, I hope they fall out of it. They're gonna be a laughing stock as well. Um, let's see. Victor says, "Good morning, Keith. If the Mets miss the playoffs, I'm going to be so pissed off. You should be. You should be irate because they challenged the fans to come out. Yeah, we're gonna do the Mets right now. Why not? They challenged the fans to come to that ballpark and basically told y'all like we did our part. Now do yours. They called the fans out. You know why Mets fans don't show up late in the season? Because they want to spare themselves the heartache, the pain. You know why Mets fans abandon the team late in the season all of these years, or just like don't come out early in the season because they don't believe. They don't have a reason to believe. And you know what? Steve Cohen, David Stearns, Juan Soto, y'all fooled a lot of them. I'm telling y'all, the Mets better figure it out this week. The Mets better find a way in this week. They're on the outside looking in. It's going to be tough. They need the Reds to fail, and they got to play their best baseball, and they got to do that against the Cubs in the north side of Chicago in Wrigley, and then they got to do that against the Marlins, who the the Marlins, this is their World Series. The Marlins are actually in the wild card hunt. Not really, but you see them creeping up. The Marlins would love nothing more than to absolutely cook the Mets, take 2 out of 3 or sweep them, and end their season and hang that banner. They could put a banner up in Marlins Park that says, "We effectively knocked the Mets out of this thing." 888-808-1019 if you want to talk to me. Just kidding. There's no phone. There's no phone. Later. But most of you will be asleep later. Like my show starts in 12 hours. It's 12:12. I'll be on the air in 12 hours. I'll be awake for this whole time. But let's put this up with the amazing Mets. Let's see. Baseball is crazy. A roller coaster season. The Let It Happen Mets in their first 69 games, 6-9, they go 45-24. They got you thinking, wow, this is the best team in baseball, highest payroll, highest paid player. Oh my God, the Mets. The Mets took over the city. The Mets are going to the World Series. Okay. The next 17 games, they go 3-14. What? What? Okay, it's baseball. That's going to happen, right? Baseball's going to baseball. You're not going to win that much. I mean, come on, guys. And then the next 20 games, they get hot again. Okay, 14-6, 700 winning percentage. All right, they stabilize a bit. Early in the season, we were talking about how they had the best pitching in baseball, lowest ERA, Jeremy Hefner's laboratory. The next 16 games, 2-14. Well, it's all right in front of us. We've got the talent to do it. We've just got to play better. We got to finish game. Okay. So then they start cooking up again. 12-7 over the next 19 games. Stabilize. Okay, we're all right. We're all right. Then the next 8 games, which was last week, they got swept. They got swept, bro. They lost 2 to the Reds. They got swept by the Phillies. Then they lost the first 2 to the Rangers. Damn. Not the right time to be playing your worst baseball, Metropolitans. Mr. Met and Mrs. Met, America's best dance crew dancing on the dugout. And then the last 5 games, they go 4-1. I think if you update that now, you can add another L. Come on, bro. You gonna lose in your building to the Washington Nationals after you celebrated 3 million fans? Let me see if I can find that. They literally celebrated. Come on, Mets fans, put your hands together. Make some noise for yourselves. We duped you into spending all of this money and coming all the way out to Flushing just so you can get mocked and ridiculed by your fellow Yankee fans in town. Let's see if I can find the tweet with that. I know I have it somewhere in my notes with them celebrating 3 million plus fans. Come on, fans, go to the concession stand, and to celebrate 3 million fans, you can get a $3 22-ounce fountain soda. What? I don't even drink soda, bruh. This is a ball game. Give me a free beer. What you mean? What you mean a fountain soda? That's the prize for coming out here? Stop playing games. Stop playing games. Maybe I put it as a link because, like, when I put my notes together, like I'll clip stuff like this too. Let me see if I can pull this in here. I was just like, bro, like, just stop doing the corny stuff, bro. Just stop doing the corny stuff. Like, I feel like they try to catch a wave so much, and they do so much corny stuff that it like doesn't play. Like they just did this over the weekend, a 6-7 cam, 6-7. It's like, come on, bro. That 6-7 wave is like the dumbest under 15 like social media trend, and you're doing a 6-7 cam on camera. You're a laughing stock. You're a laughing stock, bro. You you're a joke. And like I said I was gonna take it easy on the Mets, man. I said I was gonna take it easy on the Mets fan, but why should I take it easy? The Mets fans didn't take it easy on me. When Juan Soto signed with the Mets, you should have seen my Twitter. You should have seen my Instagram. You should have seen how many DMs I had to delete. And now I'm supposed to show grace. They better find a way. They better find a way, boy. They better find a way to get in. And shout out to the YouTube chat. Can the Yankees make up 3 games with 9 to go? I would have said no, but there's a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. I mean, there's always a chance. There's a chance. Like mathematically, there's a chance until there's not a chance. Like I know I said it wasn't going to happen because I thought the Blue Jays were better than this. Honestly, that's all. I thought the Blue Jays were far better than this. I thought the Blue Jays would not lose as much as they did. Um, and I honestly thought the Yankees would lose more. But I just said this on TV with the Toronto folks. The MLB script writers are sensational. And whoever planned this this final stretch for the Yankees with the White Sox and the Orioles twice, give them a raise, yo. Give them a raise, yo. I'm trying to fix my lighting in here. I gotta get like a I have LED lights, but I gotta get like the ring light in here. I don't have my actual light on in this like studio. Like like the apartment lights suck. But you could see me, you can hear me enough. Anyway, let's see what else they're saying in the chat. Gut is telling me Dable is going to. So I'll wait on the Giants. I'll wait on the Giants. What do you think is a bigger collapse, Tigers or Mets? Tigers only because the Tigers were up 9.5 games. They'll still, I think, end up in the wild card. But it's like, come on, bro. You lose that division to the Guardians, who had Emmanuel Clase and Luis L. Ortiz removed because they were gambling. If you lose that division to a team that sold, like they traded Shane Bieber away, like what are we talking about, bro? That's worse than the Mets. The Mets are gonna lose to the Phillies, who like the Phillies have gone all in. The Phillies are a good team. Like they lost first place to the Phillies, but like I don't know. The Mets actually are going to be a worse collapse. Now that I'm thinking about it because of their payroll and them being on the outside looking in. Like the Tigers could get in and get hot like they did last year. It's kind of crazy that they're having the opposite year than they had last year. Last year they were picking up steam this last month. This year they are cooling off like crazy. No, it actually would be the Mets because the Mets can't win their division. And the Mets are at risk of not playing one postseason game with Juan Soto, who they were all drooling over last year. Like, he's renting in the Bronx. He's gonna buy in Queens. Like, you nerds better chill, bro. I'm telling y'all, I better go back and delete some of them tweets. I'm coming for everybody. I'm unloading the clip. If the Mets don't figure this out. Future says, I cannot wait for the live if the Mets miss. Yeah, because the thing is, Brody, it's not gonna be one day. Not with me. Not with your boy KM. This is going to be the song that doesn't end. It's going to go on and on, my friends. I'm going to start singing it, not knowing what it was. And then I'm going to keep on singing it forever just because I will not ever, ever, ever stop reminding people that the Mets missed the postseason this year if they fall out of it. I'm just telling you, this is going to be random times. We're going to be talking about the New York Knicks. And just because their colors match the Mets, I'm going to bring it up. Watch. Watch. Scott says, I saw Soto do his best Bill Buckner impression this past weekend. Yeah, that's part of the Soto experience, bro. You get the prowess where he can hit a home run almost to the apple as they're rubbing the apple on Friday night. And then you get a guy that loses the ball in the sun. That game was won 3-2. I could blame it on Juan Soto. Biggest thing the Mets can do is stop trying to out Yankee the Yankees. Exactly. Just be the Mets. Exactly. You know what I saw too? I don't know if I clipped this. Actually, let me check because sometimes my Apple Notes, they like don't reflect because it's got to get like like, I don't know, the Bluetooth or whatever. Sometimes I'll have stuff that I'll put in my phone and then it won't show on here. But I had a pic of the Bronx Zoo giraffe in their mascot race. They didn't let him win a game or a race rather. There wasn't one game this year that they let the giraffe win. That's petty. I've been telling them for months, let the giraffe win. Don't be petty against the Bronx. Don't be petty like that. Don't send that message out that you're a little bro thinking about the Yankees to the point where you make your own race up and you have the Bronx Zoo giraffe lose. He won 0 games out of 81 this year. He won 0 out of 81. Let me go find that as a matter of fact, because now that I don't have it in my notes, I'm gonna need it for later. I told him no good, um, no good will come your way until you let that giraffe win. I was there on Blippy Day. And my son loves Blippy, and shout out to the Mets. I told them, I'm like, listen, you guys did me a solid. I will give you some grace for about a week. Nothing bad came out of my mouth about the Mets for about a week. But I remember watching Blippy in there, and I heard Blippy say, How come the Bronx hasn't won?" In Blippy's like high pitched voice. I have a deep voice. I can't even do an imitation of a high pitched voice. It's like, how come the Bronx hasn't won any races? And I'm like, the Blippy, like it's a long story, bro. But basically, the Mets are owned by the Yankees, where they had to make up their own imaginary race, and the Bronx goes the entire season with 0 wins. There you have it, folks. Queens wins 31, the 7 line train. Okay, of course. Brooklyn, 20 wins. You can go to Brooklyn and find you a great slice of pizza. Just walk around for long enough. Actually, depends on where you walk, and don't walk some places. Um, I just think that is petty. No good will come your way. That's bad karma. The baseball gods frown on stuff like that. You feel me? Like the baseball gods are like, no, we didn't need a mascot race, and you manufacture a mascot race to the point where the Bronx loses. The Bronx has done so much winning. That's not right. That doesn't make sense. You're going to let the Bronx lose. As much winning has been done in the Bronx, as much joy as the Bronx has brought to people in this city. That's how y'all going to play the game? Okay. Okay. I see what I did. I put it in my bookmark tweets. And that's another thing, too. I think I just been bookmarking stuff because, like I said, I'm looking for receipts. Ooh, baby. We going to cook. We are going to cook, and it's not a one-day thing. This is a buffet. This is gonna be Keith McPherson cookathon. This is gonna be I don't hate the Mets. These are my Mets. Let me tell you about these Mets. Winners make it happen. Losers let it happen. Okay, one more, one more, one more, one more, one more, one more, one more. Folks, why? Folks, why would the captain of the team be doing this? Folks, why would the captain of your New York Mets be caught doing this? Why would the captain of the New York Mets let the cameras catch him, and why would SNY feature that? Yeah. Yeah, that's a meme. That's a meme. That's a meme coming up. All right, let me check YouTube chat. Appreciate all y'all in here. I'm sure you're all clicking like. I'm seeing the likes go up on YouTube. On Twitter, you can't really do that. On Twitter, whatever, just send what I see some people responding to the actual tweet that I'm live. 640 views on Twitter, approaching 300 concurrent views. Gary Goldman says the Yanks got to pick up 3 on the Blue Jays. Not enough time. Of course, there's enough time. But in baseball terms, it's like the Yankees got to win all of these games. Baseball is going to baseball, right? Like to pick it's day by day. Um Appreciate you Gary. Of course there's enough time. We will be watching for that. But I don't expect the Yankees to win every game and the Blue Jays to lose enough. Fingers crossed, though. Okay. And on the YouTube side, you can see Keith has watched too much PBS. Back in the day, you're right. You're right. I did watch Lamb Chop. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. I did. I did. But honestly, that reference was from Aaron Rodgers, and this is how we transition into football. Thanks for that. Aaron Rodgers is the song that doesn't end. It just goes on and on, my friends. Some Jets fans started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they will keep on singing it forever just because. So that is why that song remains fresh in my mind. Let's talk about your New York Jets. Jets. Just end the season. Who show of hands, who thought the Jets were winning that game yesterday at any point? I'm not raising my hand. I'm not raising my hand. I did not think the Jets were winning that game at any point. They made it fun. They definitely made it fun. Um, that Will McDonald return. I was out at MetLife Stadium. Shout out to Tullamore Dew. If you check my Twitter or my Instagram story, I was paid to come out there and MC the Tullamore Dew bartender combine at the Savvy Seats tailgate at American Dream. It was awesome. Um, we were out there watching the Jets, and when that block happened and they returned it, the first thing we all thought was like, it's too much time. They're playing right into Baker Mayfield's hands. Baker Mayfield has won all 3 games this year in the last minutes. Like, like you literally played right into their hands with how they wanted things to go. They just want to beat you, man. They just got to beat you by 1. And I think the image of the day, let me see if I could find I'll take a screenshot of it. you know, because I think it's funny. I like this guy. I like his approach. I like his professionalism. He's a human being. And when he meets the media, he's going to tell the media, he's probably going to, if I was him, I would tell the media, I'm a human being. I would tell the media that, like, I want to win. I'm excited for my team. Yesterday, he talked about, like, the media is going to focus on the negative. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, I'm talking about Aaron Glenn. He said, I'm not going to focus on the negative. The media is going to focus on the negative. That's what you guys do. Um, but Aaron Glenn, bro, you can't be out there doing this. Like, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna contrast things. No, not this one. Sorry, Mets fans. That we got to keep that one in the tuck. I'm gonna put that away for a while. And if the Mets collapse this week, you will see a lot of Starling Marte. This is the image that you know, the image that I just like can't get out of my head. Aaron Glenn dancing on the sideline as if they won the game. Like he let out a damn jig. He was getting it. My man hit a my man hit a hey and a ha and a humma humma ha. I'm like, oh my bruh, you can't do all that. You're the Jets. Similar to the Mets, only the Jets can out Jets the Jets. I mean, bro, chill. Chill. Um So let me put this up here next. And I don't have the time for all the video stuff. Maybe later tonight we'll put audio to this. And then it's better for me to just speak to it anyway. But yeah, you can't be doing all that on the sideline when in a game that you did not win. And then after in the post game hit us with the one thing I don't do, which I understand New York media tries to do, is the negative parts of it. I'm not going to be that way. I'm going to let you guys deal with that. We're going to look at the things we did well. No, 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 boss. That's not how it works. Come, come here, Glenn. Come here, AG. Because I know you're a former Jet. I know you're a good guy. I know you're a God fearing man. I know you're a coach. You're about coaching. What? This is the largest media market for sports. This is the craziest media market. If I can make it there, if you can make it in New York, you are king. But if you don't make it and you come out talking like your Bill Parcells, if you come out talking a big game about, bro, they're gonna fry you. That's the that's the last thing you do to the media members, especially in that Jets building where it's been misery for a long time. 16 years without making the playoffs, something like that going on. They're not making the playoffs this year. You're gonna get cooked. He's taking the wrong approach. Moral victories are for minor league coaches. You're the coach of the New York Jets, the Gotham City football team. Like, bro, he's taking the wrong approach. And I was rooting for the brother, of course, but like he is in over his head. I think he thinks this is Detroit. I think in Detroit, they had been terrible for so long. They did accept some moral victories. In Detroit, Dan Campbell's personality, they could rally around his grit, bite a kneecap off. And it did start to work. Now, this is the only thing I'll say about the Jets. As I wrote, just end the season. The season is not over for the Jets. This is where AG will have his redemption. It's coming up, folks. It is coming up. Let me screenshot this for you. It is coming up. Um, this stretch of games right here, they have to win more than they lose coming up right here. And if you're a Jets fan, you know the schedule. If you're a Jets fan, I'm not telling you anything. Like the season is over as far as going to the playoffs. I think there's just too many good teams. But the season is not over as far as winning and like building blocks. So like I get what he was saying about the positive. I get what he was saying. They're about to play the Dolphins. They can beat the Dolphins with Tyrod. They can beat the Dolphins with Justin Fields. And that's another thing. All you guys that were so quick to say Tyrod is this great quarterback and Tyrod Taylor, he can turn the ball over too. Tyrod Taylor is small, similar to Russell Wilson. We're going to get to Russell Wilson. We're going to get to Russell Wilson. Tyrod Taylor is old in football terms. Like he's not going out there and winning you a game like Baker Mayfield. How about that run Baker had for him? Baker was first down. Anyway, let's go back to this. They can beat the Dolphins. The Cowboys are dumpster juice. I tried to tell y'all they were going to be bums. I tried to tell you that the Micah Parsons trade just ended the season. I almost dropped the F bomb, which I think I could curse here. Being a former Dallas fan, I know them well. Going from Mike Zimmerman, a former head coach who's past his time, to Matt Eberflus, a former head coach whose time is up as your defensive coordinators, and then losing your most dominant defensive player, the Cowboys are dookie juice. Anybody can beat them. Ew. Caleb Williams and the Bears. Ew. Are you serious? Ew. Ew. Hold on. So this is just for the Dallas fans or anybody that hates the Dallas Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb gets hurt. I knew they were cooked. But are you serious, bro? Didn't Dak Prescott turn the ball over? I'm going to go to the box score real quick. There were some crazy games this week. Have you guys noticed how the NFL has shifted? The kickoff changes everything. There were a lot of block kicks. There's a lot of attempts of 60-yard kicks. Like they want points and they want the opportunity for the game to swing. But just this week alone, how many 40-point games did we see? Not even 40. Like, let's go 30 is a lot of points in the NFL. The Buffalo Bills put up 31 on the Dolphins. The Carolina Panthers put up 30 on the Falcons, blanked them at home. There's trouble in Atlanta. The Minnesota Vikings, without J.J. McCarthy, with Carson Wentz, put up 48 points. The Philadelphia Eagles, I am so tired of the Eagles, and there's no end in sight. They could go back to back. Like that win for the Philadelphia Eagles with Jordan Davis returning that kick so that they cover the spread, that is a rallying win in your building in front of your fans. Like they feel like they cannot like that, like they cannot lose, they can overcome anything. They put up 33 points. The Colts with Daniel Jones, Indiana Jones. Don't you love that? Don't you love that Daniel Jones was shut down by the Giants last year? They had this guy at practice playing scout team safety, also that they could potentially save money. Potentially, right? Because there was an injury clause in his contract that they didn't want that to activate if he got hurt down the stretch. So they shut this man down. He gave a heartfelt like message to the fan base, to the team as he asked for his release. Like, don't hold me around. If you're gonna cut me and not play me, and you're gonna play Tommy DeVito, then let me go. He goes to the Vikings. The Vikings could use him right now. They're winning with Carson Wentz. They're winning with defense. But he goes to the Colts. The Colts are 3-0. Jonathan Taylor is looking like a monster. They've got a few guys that can catch the ball. They've got a defense. They're in a division. Who's challenging the Colts in that division? The Jaguars? Anyway, I digress. They put up 41. The Washington Commanders, with their backup quarterback, Marcus Mariota, put up 41. The Seattle Seahawks, with Sam Darnold, put up 44. And the Chicago Bears, as I go to the box score, put up 31 points on the Dallas Cowboys defense. They have no defense. They have no concept of defense. They can't stop a nosebleed. They can't stop a cold. The Cowboys let Caleb Williams and his 10 painted fingernails score 4 touchdowns on them for almost 300 yards. He had a 142.6 quarterback rating. It's pretty flawless. Pretty flawless out there. What was there, he got. What was there, he absolutely got. Rookie Luther Burden III had 101 yards and a tud on 3 targets, caught everything. Roma Dunze had a touchdown. They even got Cole Kmet's old ass in the end zone and more too, just to keep him happy. Like, they had their way against that Cowboys defense. And now CD, we'll see. He got his ankle twisted hard. He got tackled, guy fell on his ankle. If CD's not able to go, I don't know. Dak Prescott throws 2 interceptions, gets sacked twice. Yeah, the Cowboys are cooked. And I kind of like that, because no good will come your way, Jerry Jones. You traded Micah Parsons. You couldn't be any dumber. You couldn't be any more stupido. Anyway, back to the Jets, man. Sorry, I had to get that rant off. Back to the Jets. They're going to beat the Dallas Cowboys. They're going to beat the Dallas Cowboys because I think that they have enough coaching and enough players. Hopefully Josh Reynolds comes back. But Garrett Wilson, I'd be feeding Garrett Wilson all day. I would be throwing him the ball. Their defense is Swiss cheese. I think they can beat the Dallas Cowboys. They beat the Dallas Cowboys years ago. What was it, like 2019? With Sam Darnold and Robbie Anderson? The Cowboys come to MetLife. I might have to go to that game. That's Sunday, October 5th. I might have to go see Dallas lose to the goddamn Jets. Now, the Broncos is tough. The Broncos have lost close games back-to-back weeks. They're not about to lose to the Jets. Sean Payton's not about to lose to the Jets. But why can't they beat the Panthers? Why can't they pick up some steam and beat the Panthers in their own building? They can. The Bengals, with what I just saw happen to the Bengals this weekend, they can go to Ohio and beat the Bengals. The Browns, please. The Browns caught the Packers talking about going undefeated on a long week. Micah Parsons actually cost them. They could beat the Browns. The Patriots, why can't they beat the Patriots? There's some wins in here. They're not going to beat the Ravens, but they can beat the Falcons. They can beat the Dolphins again. The Jaguars, I don't think they can get with the Jaguars, but they can beat the Saints. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 potential wins there, in my opinion, out of 10. 9 potential wins. How many of those 9 will they win? Probably 5. Probably 5. But so what? You know what I've been saying about the Jets this year? If Rob Saleh could manage to win 7 games with like a combination of Zach Wilson and Mike White and Timmy Boyle, and like if those Jets teams could win 7 games, why can't this Jets team win 7 games? Let's hit the chat and see what they're on in the chat. I'm sure I missed some stuff. Let's see. Going back. Keith, why you always poking on my Mets? It's fun. Yeah. Give me a free beer, not a soda. Come on, yo. 3 million fans come out. You know how expensive those tickets are? It costs $40. You got to tap to pay $40 to park at Citi Field. Like, yo, give them a free soda, not a free beer, not a soda. Yeah, no mercy. I'm cooking them. Yeah, so Soto must be the jersey. Soto's having a great year, not a down year. You know what a down year is? Doing all that and not taking one swing in the postseason. By the way, my fellow Yankee fans, don't let the Yankees winning fool you of Boone being trash. Yeah. You know what I said to my boy David Rifkin? Shout out to Dave. I see you in Delta when I get back over there in the stadium this week. I said to him, yeah, oh, was I talking to Dave or was I talking to I think I was talking to Rick from Tampa. Um, I said the Yankees have evolved into a team that I'm actually excited to see play in October, which means they're gonna fail. They're gonna break our hearts. They're gonna do something really stupid to end this season this year. But hey, positive Keithy, positive Keithy. I don't want to put that negative energy out. Hey Keith, did you see the play where the Nats player kicked the ball? Yeah, of course I did. That's why I said like there is some type of cosmic energy going on with the Mets. The baseball gods are not smiling on them. Keith, if the Mets don't make it to the postseason, is an epic failure for that organization. Oh no, we know it will. That's why I said it will be talked about forever, bro. It will be forever and ever and ever. The Marlins have a horrible owner and they don't spend anything. Yeah, but they've won some games. They've got some scrappy players. They will find a way. Anthony, what up? KM, what up? Just saw a tweet from MLB Trade Rumors that Luke Weaver is open to rotation opportunities in free agency. Do we have another Clay Holmes experience on it? Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Um, I read an article on air from Fansided 2 weeks ago, and someone got mad at me. They're like, they got to bring Luke Weaver back. I'm like, no, they don't. They got him for nothing. He's had a down year and he's going to command money in free agency because of what he did with the Yankees last year. Like somebody's going to pay him, and they don't have to pay him to be their closer. They can take a flyer on him like Clay Holmes, pay him a 2-3 year deal, and try and make him a starter again. He once was a starter. Scott Angle, I don't care about the Yankees. If the Mets let this slip away, I just don't want another collapse like '07 and '08. This is worse than '07 and '08, Scott. This is worse. If it's worse, the Jets. How about my Niners, Keith? How about them 49ers? I did not even speak their name. But with Mac Jones, I picked against them. Would they win that game like 16-15? That was a stupid ass score. Where's that game at? Um, Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison dropping the ball. Why is that not showing up here? Let me go to scores. I want to say that game was won 16-15. That was a stupid ass score. Field goals. Yeah. 49ers win 16-15, and Mac Jones still doing it, right? The Cardinals kicked a field goal in the second quarter, third quarter, and then they scored 9 in the fourth quarter. The Niners scored 6 in the second quarter, 10 in the fourth quarter to win that one. Hey, all you gotta do is score one more point. Anyway, trying to get through the chat. Thank you guys for tuning in. I see the numbers have gone up. Let me dip into the YouTube chat a little bit because I see there's people over there, and I don't want to neglect. Jay says, I need the Mets to miss the playoffs. I'm tired of these annoying ass Mets fans on WFAN, Sal, Tommy, etc. Yeah, don't forget Evan, but I won't put Evan in there because like Evan is a smart baseball fan, and like he hasn't been doing so much of the like talking and gloating, and like Evan has been very worrisome. For a while now. So I won't include Evan in that. Um, but the morning show guys are all Met fans. You obviously know Soto, Salicata, positive Tommy. Stay positive. Positive Tommy will lead us. And Hoff is another one. Hoff has been very worrisome. Hoff, I won't include Hoff in that. I will not include Hoff in that. Um, it's gonna be fun, man. If they fall out of it, it is gonna be hilarious. My boy, a day in there, a day. Stay tuned on YouTube. When I'm done with this, I'm gonna upload a vlog that a day and I shot at the Tigers series, just going to the game. Talking about the Yankees. That'll come up later tonight since there's no Yankee baseball on tonight. We will make that premiere at 7 p.m. For any Yankee fans, jonesing for a little bit of Yankees content. That I'm going to set that premiere for 7:05, like first pitch. Isaac says they won't be good till Jerry passes. You said it, not me, brother. You said it, not me, brother. They're not winning a damn thing until Jerry. Like, and if you've seen Jerry Jones, bro, like what? Like, let me see. I can just search Twitter. Jerry Jones. You see his face after that loss. Buddy is just like he's a crypt keeper, bro. Buddy is like this is what Jerry Jones looks like in the afternoon. Let me Hey, yo. Yo, are you okay? Let me not take it too far, man. Let me not take it too far, man. God bless the dead, man. No, that's not right. You know what I mean? Like God, like he's like respect your elders, man. You gotta respect your elders, but like, bro, like this is an old man that should not be so involved. Why are you still acting as the CEO, president, GM? Go home, lay down, go home, calm your bones, relax your head, relax your face muscles, Jerry. Enough is enough. You've done enough. You have done enough. All right, what else they saying in the chat? CD is out 2 weeks minimum. That injury didn't look good. Yeah, he tried to go. He tried to go and he couldn't. So, um, whatever. They're cooked if that is the case. They are cooked if that is the case. I mean, they got George Pickens. Um, Behold says, "Return of the Mac. Peace, brother. Peace, peace." Amper in here. Oh, he sent the same thing I think in the other one about the Clay Holmes experience with Weaver. My boy Gabe, Devin Williams trying his best to get back in my circle just to blow it up in the Yoffs. That's a bar right there. Like Devin Williams has made his way back into the circle of trust just to blow it, right? High Lev Dev just to blow a game late for us when we need it the most. That's what I'm scared of. I'm guarded. I like fool me can't fool me again. Even with this Yankees team, like I said, like I was off the roller coaster August 8th, but then I come around to like I was off the roller coaster with Cashman and Boone. I was off the roller coaster because Cashman and Boone let Devin Williams blow 3 games in 1 week, 2 games in Texas against the Rangers, and then that Friday night I was there against the Houston Astros. But like there are other guys on this team. Like I want Ben Rice to win. I want Trent Grisham to win. I want Stanton to win. I want Belly to win. I want Jazz to win. I want Judge to win. You know what I'm saying? Like there are other guys like, Cabby. I want Cabby to shine. He's got to chill, but I want him to shine. Um, there are other guys on this team. It's not just Devin Williams. I think I was out on Devin Williams. And what I've come around to is, hey, when October comes, is a new season. So this team has evolved, right? They don't just run Volpe out there at shortstop and say he's our guy. Um, this team has evolved with the bullpen, the lineup, and when the new season starts, you got to trust it. Keith, how was Banana Ball at the stadium? It was awesome. It was awesome. Um, I don't understand why anybody would talk down on the Savannah Bananas. Clearly, it's someone from the outside looking in. Like I got a text message last week during Sal's show that Sal was like slandering the Bananas, and I'm like, yeah, some people just got to do stuff like that to drive up, calls or reaction because there's no reason to slander the Savannah Bananas. If you know anything about Jesse Cole, what he created, those guys, what they do, they went to Seattle after they were in Yankee Stadium. They are awesome. And they put a lot of smiles on kids' faces. They brought families together. There were moms dancing with their sons and daughters in the stadium. They turned Yankee Stadium into Banana Land, and I loved it, and I appreciate it. And I've known about them since 2021, and I've watched them turn into a juggernaut. And the message that I can send from them to you is if you have a dream, dream that dream, and then wake up and go get it. Because they use the internet to blow up like this. They were just in Savannah, Georgia, at like an old ballpark that they were able to inherit or claim and play banana ball down there. And now they've expanded where they have 3 teams that play against the Bananas. They are doing stadium tours. They have done Raymond James Stadium. They've gone down to Clemson and done, Clemson football stadium. They have done Fenway. They have done Petco Park, Camden Yards, Yankee Stadium, T-Mobile Ballpark in Seattle now. And they're a wagon. They're not going anywhere. So respect to the Bananas. And shout out to, Chris Sachi, who works with them, who's a big fan of mine, came up to me on the field. He's a kid from Connecticut that went down there to work, and he's like, "Bro, you're the man. I listen to you on the fan. Like having the Odyssey app down there, like keeps me plugged in at home." Shout out to Sharky, DJ Sharky, who had me up there in the booth with him. Shout out to Sam Ballman, who does their PR, who got me a credential to come on the field, interview some of the players. And then, of course, Frank Luna, who's from my area, who does some operations for them. They've got it going. They're not going anywhere. If you're a hater of the Savannah Bananas, you probably hate yourself. Um, let's see. We have a solid lineup. Feeling good about this Yankees team. That's what it is too. I just was on Sportsnet in Toronto talking about how the Yankees lineup. Um, it gives me faith that they're going to come through. Ben Rice can come through. Jazz can come through. Trent Grisham can come through. And even guys like Ahmed Rosario coming off the bench, even Cabby coming off the bench, even Jason Dominguez coming off the bench. We all have this worry that Aaron Judge is not going to be Aaron Judge in the postseason. Well, he's got way more help this year than the past few years. Let me go back to the Twitter conversation. Because I can throw that up here. For the Mets, the playoffs begin now. To get in, treat it like the playoffs. Miami has contributed to other collapses. Painful to lose to a team that should be moved to Vegas. Well, they're moving the A's from Sacramento to Vegas. Miami should just be moved to a better part of Miami. Where they put that stadium is stupid. I remember going there and being like, there's nothing around here. Like, put the stadium. I mean, I guess there's no room for it, but like where the Miami Heat play, American Airlines Arena is a great spot right by the water over there, or like even Miami Gardens. Why not put it where the Dolphins are? But anyway, yes, for the Mets, it's playoff baseball right now. But like, yo, like, who's gonna pitch? If they do not score 12 runs, if they do not have double-digit hits, that pitching doesn't stand a freaking chance. And, like, that's what I'm saying. You're about to go to the north side, right? So you're dependent on David Peterson out the gate. David Peterson versus Cade Horton. The Cubs need to get right. So, like, let's just say out of the gate here, you got to go to the north side of Chicago. Go Cubs, go. Go Cubs, go. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. The Cubs have lost 4 in a row. You think the Cubs are coming back into their building and folding against David Peterson, who has been trashed for a month? I don't see it. I don't see it. The Cubs have clinched, though. The Cubs have already clinched a postseason spot because of their 88 wins. They just so happen to be in the division with the quote unquote best team in baseball that has 95 wins. But I think the Cubs in front of their fans, they're going to get right. They're not giving the Mets an inch. They're 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 not giving their fans an inch. Myron lives in Miami. You know what I'm talking about, bro. It's been a while since I've been to Miami, but I remember being down there and like, okay, think about where all the hotels are. I had to take an Uber from my hotel all the way over there. Where is it in Little Havana, Little Haiti? Nah, it's somewhere far out, bro. It's just dumb that it's like they put it in the spot. Um, they put it in a stupid ass spot where I'm like, baseball already struggles down there. They don't have the fan base they used to have. They used to play in the Orange Bowl. Let me see here if I can even get this rocking. What part of Miami do the Marlins play in? Lone Depot Park, Little Havana. I was correct. Just west of downtown Miami. Just a little too far west. Yes, Little Havana. Havana na na na. Um yeah, what was I saying? I don't know. I think it is out of the Mets' hands right now. I know you say they control their own fate, like that's what you say. But like it's postseason baseball, but there are other teams. I think the Cubs take 2 out of 3. I think the Miami Marlins take 2 out of 3, and then the Reds, let's see who the Reds have. Do the Reds play today? Let me go to scores. No, the Reds don't play today. The Giants play today. Um, but then the Reds have the Pirates, bro, in their building. They just swept the Cubs in their building. The Pirates are done, though. They're all the way done. They might not even play. I don't even know who they're playing at this point. Like they might not even be playing their top guys. And then the Reds have the Reds finished with the Brewers, but it's the last series. You know what the Brewers are going to be doing? Resting guys and lining. Oh, maybe not because they're going to have a bye. I can't call it. I can't call it. Yo, I don't know. I really don't know. But that's baseball. None of us know. We just talk like we know. 888-808-1019 if you think you know. What else did I want to hit on? Oh, the Giants quickly here. I didn't speak on the Giants at all. Jerry, what do you think about the Giants? Well, I certainly am glad that we pulled out that overtime victory against those New York Giants because They're the New York field goal Giants, and they're not beating Brandon Aubrey in a field goal competition. Yo, what was that Giants game last night? That game was so ass, bro. There were so many dumb shit things that went on in that game. That first half was pitiful. And again, the Giants, like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell y'all, man. I knew they weren't beating the Chiefs, but man, I think the number one sin last night was your number one receiver who was like leading the league in yards, your number one receiver who had 2 touchdowns the game before. How do you not get him the ball until the fourth quarter? I joked and said they were establishing the run, but like that's a fireable offense for all involved. So let's start with Malik Neighbors. I feel bad for him. Free that man. Like that sucks to be drafted by the New York Giants and you have Russell Wilson as your quarterback who like how long are we really going to do this Russell Wilson thing for? So let's start here, folks. Malik Neighbors was minus 92,000 or 900 and 9,200. Yeah, 9,200 to have 15 plus receiving yards. He finished with 13 receiving yards. You know how mad you got to be if you drafted him in fantasy? You know how mad you got to be if you put him in your parlay and you're a Giants fan? Now here's the other thing that I had with the Giants, and I'm gonna talk about this tonight. But my show tonight is like 2 hours, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. That little 2 hour show is whack. Like you can't do anything with it. It's a technicality, but like I have a ton to say, and that's not enough time. And then the beat goes on. So Russell Wilson hasn't won a game as a starter since December 2024. Think about that. Let that marinate. This man lost 5 games in a row to end the season for the Steelers. I remember seeing a video of him talking to Cam Hayward about, "Come on, man, we got to be positive. We got to believe." And Cam Hayward was not trying to hear that at all, bro, at all. So all of that positive energy, all of that meditating, all that Russell Wilsonisms, it's not doing it, bro. It's not doing it. It like the fans are chanting, "We want Dart." So just go ahead and give that to him already. The season's over. You're not going anywhere. Like just go ahead and let the fans see what they want to see, which is going to be Jackson Dart getting his head torn off. Now, how come they run the little package, the little like zone read package with Cam Scattaboo, and shout out to Scat. He's a scat man, scat back. Like he's real. How how come they run the package? And I said this on the radio. Whenever Dart is coming into the game, it is not for Jackson Dart. It is for Cam Scattaboo to get going. All they're doing is they're lining up. He's catching the ball. He's reading the defensive end. He hasn't pulled it. He pulled it one time and he fell. If you're the defensive end, you and you saw the play. The defensive end played them both for the Chiefs last night. He stood there and waited. You will give Cam Scattaboo the 4 yards tackling him late. You don't want Jackson Dart to get out there. But you know what? They're acting like Jackson Dart is Jalen Milrow. They're acting like Jackson Dart is Justin Fields. He can run a little bit, but he's not a running quarterback. And the dumbest thing they did was run that and then let Russell Wilson run it. What were the play calls? He threw the ball out of the back of the end zone 3 times? This is supposed to be Brian Dable, offensive guru mastermind. For the life of me, I can't understand how they can't draw up red zone plays. It's a short distance to score. You don't have red zone packages? Of course you do. In high school, we were practicing red zone plays. We didn't have 50 of them, but we had short yardage red zone plays when the field is short. And you got to have some type of misdirection, some type of a pick play, some type of something to get somebody open and not throwing it to Marcus Bowe out of the back of the end zone. The Giants, I could never be a Giants fan, bro. I could never be a Giants fan. There are people that are asking me to be a Giants fan because I'm a free agent right now. If I'm a Giants fan, I am furious. The New York Giants are now 41, 96, and 1 since the infamous boat trip picture was taken. And that's all I got, folks. I'm about to go listen to the Caster. That's all I got, yo. I'm out of here, yo. I'll see y'all on the fan tonight. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all.